Namaste students. So today we deal with the chapter that is amines. So in your last class you have learned regarding some of the introduction concept of amines. So there you have learned what is mean by amine. So amines are nothing but those are derivatives of ammonia. So ammonia in the sense central atom will be the nitrogen and it will be having 3 hydrogen along with a lone pair of electron. So here amines are nothing but from ammonia, if you are replacing one or two or that 3 hydrogen also by any of alkyl or aryl group, so then you're going to consider it as amine. Okay, so those are derivatives of ammonia. Amines are derivatives of ammonia which will be derived from ammonia, in the sense those hydrogens will be replaced by any of aryl or alkyl group. So the structure also you have learned. The structure when you go with ammonia as well as amines, same kind of structure it will be having. Pyramidal structure it shows, as well as the angle which comes, bond angle which comes in amines, that is nothing but 108 degree, or we can say it as a 109.5 degree. Okay, so that will be the structure. Later you have learned regarding the nomenclature part, where you have learned regarding the common name as well as IUPAC name. So the common name is nothing but prefixing alkyl group, as well as suffix you are supposed to give it as amine. So when you go with the IUPAC, the prefix will be considered as alkane. The last E you are supposed to remove. In that place amine will be given as suffix. So that will be considered as your IUPAC system. So the same thing it goes with your aromatic groups also. So there you have to notice, if N group, in the sense if amine groups are present, N substitute groups are present, in the sense while giving the name you are supposed to give as N. Okay, so N substituted group you are supposed to name. Okay, so later you have learned regarding some of the preparation of, or the methods of preparation of amines. So the first method you have learned, that is nothing but reduction of nitro compound. So if you are taking a nitro compound and passing hydrogen gas in the presence of catalyst like platinum, palladium, nickel, any catalyst should be utilized, so that you will get amine as a product. Okay, so it will be done in the presence of hydrogen as well as this catalyst, or you can use any one of the metal in the presence of an acid. Okay, stainless will be utilized as well as iron will be utilized, where iron in the presence of hydrochloric acid, that will be like favorable reaction, because you're going to use a little of hydrochloric acid just to initiate the reaction. So that is a favorable reaction to form your amine as a product. So that is one preparation method. And another preparation method is nothing but again reduction of nitrile group. So when the reduction of nitrile group, in the sense there also same thing, either you are going to use lithium aluminum hydride, okay, or you are supposed to use hydrogen in the presence of a nickel catalyst. Okay, so this reaction when you are doing, so that you will get reduction, when it will be done, by that time you are going to get amine as a product. So that is second method of preparation. And the third method of preparation, again the reduction, it will be done in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride of amide group. You are supposed to take an amide group. So for that you are supposed to go with the lithium aluminum hydride, so that reduction will be done, because you know lithium aluminum hydride, it will act as good reducing agent. Okay, so it will reduce the amide group, so that you will get amine as a product. And the third method preparation that you have learned is nothing but that is ammonolysis, where you're going to use alkyl halide. The cleavage of alkyl halide, the separation of that alkyl halide will be done by using of ethanolic solution of ammonia, where your ammonia will be acting as a nucleophile, because you know, see, the cleavage of your alkyl as well as halide group will be done by any using of any of nucleophile. So here in this solution, the reagent whatever you're using, so in that ammonia will be acting as a nucleophile, so that it helps to cleave the bond between them. Okay, so to form primary amine as a product. So primary amine you will be getting as a product. So that is one more method. And we have learned two important reactions, that is one is known as Gabriel phthalimide synthesis, as well as the last reaction, that is Hofmann bromamide synthesis. So the Gabriel phthalimide synthesis is nothing but you are going to use phthalimide. Okay, so the reaction will be done in the presence of potassium hydroxide, as well as you are going to use alkyl halide and the base. Okay, strong base will be utilized, so that the final product you are going to get primary amine as a product formation will takes place. Okay, so that is nothing but Gabriel Thalamide synthesis. And the last one you have learned regarding Hoffman bromamide degradation method. So there what you're supposed to do you're supposed to use, see, bromamide is nothing but you're going to use amide group. Okay, so then you will be adding bromine in the presence of a base, so that you will get the same thing, amine production will takes place over there also. So these are the method, the preparation method of amine. So in today's class we'll be learning some of the physical as well as chemical properties, okay, of amine. So very important concept. Okay, so first we'll be learning regarding physical properties of amine. Okay, so what kind of property it will be having? The first property that we are learning, that is physical state and smell, or we can say it as odor. Okay, so this is the first property that we are learning. So here when we say with the physical state, in the sense if we are taking lower amine, okay, so lower amine in the sense the long chain of carbon also, if you are considering in the sense the carbon number should not exceed more than 3. Okay, so that lower than that, so those lower amines will be gaseous in nature. Okay, so those are gas in nature, and it will be having some smell, fleshy smell issues, fleshy smell. The smell will be like ammonia. Okay, how ammonia smells, in that way only these lower amines will smell. Okay, so those are gaseous in nature, as well as that will be having some odor. Okay, and if you go with the higher order, the example whatever I have told, the lower group in the sense the carbon which is lesser than 3, okay, long chain carbon if you're considering. So above that if you're considering, those will be like liquid in nature. Okay, so those will be liquid in nature, and those also smell, if you check that it shows some of the unpleasant smell. So still more than that, in the sense if you are considering higher order of amines, so that will be solid in nature. Okay, so those are solid in nature. So this is nothing but just for aliphatic groups. If you are considering aromatic groups, so that aromatic amines are, okay, so those will be like, it doesn't have any color. Okay, real aromatic amines when you check, so it doesn't have any color, colorless it is. But if you are store, okay, in the sense when you will store those aromatic amine, it turning off color will be seen. Why it is so? Because the oxidation will takes place in the presence of atmosphere, so that it shows some of the color, and aromatic amines are toxic in nature. So this is regarding its physical state as well as odor. The second one regarding boiling point. So now what will happen regarding amines when you go with the boiling point? So boiling point of amine as well as boiling point of any of the hydrocarbon, if you will consider. So amines will be having higher boiling point than your hydrocarbon. Okay, see, these and all will be asked for reasoning for CBSE also. Okay, so here boiling point of amine will be greater than your hydrocarbon. Okay, when you go with the same molecular mass. Okay, similar molecular mass, when it will be having, by that time amine group will be having higher boiling point than your hydrocarbon. Why it is so? So here what will happen, amine in the sense here nitrogen as well as hydrogen will be there. Okay, so here it goes with the nitrogen as well as hydrogen bond. Due to that, here nitrogen hydrogen intermolecular force of attraction will be more. Okay, so you have to give force of attraction. When it will be more, you need to give more and more temperature just to break the bond. Okay, so due to that reason, amines are having more boiling point when you compare with hydrocarbon. So amines here, nitrogen will be having more of association character, so that it forms bond with hydrogen. So here what will happen in amines only, if you will compare like primary, secondary, tertiary, so the primary amines will be having more of boiling point when you compare with the second as well as tertiary group. So simple that, because it is having more number of hydrogen in it. Okay, so now in your amines only, if you will consider, the lower amines will be having higher boiling point. As the size increases, as your alkyl group and all it increases, by that time your boiling point will go on decreasing. Okay, so those boiling point will go on decreasing, because lower amines, if we'll consider, that will be having a strong van der Waals force of attraction. So due to that, you need to give more and more temperature just to break the bond. So when you go with the higher amines, okay, so higher amines in the sense their weak van der Waals force of attraction will be there. So I mean higher amines in the sense when you go with the branching system and all, okay, so by that time it will be having weak van der Waals force of attraction. So if you give less temperature also enough to break the bond. So this is regarding amines. So now if you compare the boiling point of amine with alcohol or carboxylic group, if you compare with these two, what will happen regarding your boiling point? In this case, your alcohol as well as your carboxylic acid shows higher boiling point when you compare with the amine. So now why it is so? Because here alcohol, here you will be having oxygen. Here amine in the sense you are having nitrogen, right? So electronegativity of oxygen as well as nitrogen, both are having higher electronegativities, but when you compare with these two, slight difference will be there between these two. So for example, if you consider the electronegativity of oxygen, so that comes with 3.5. If you consider nitrogen, so that electronegativity will comes with 3.0 or 3. Okay, so the electronegativity will be more in the case of oxygen when you compare with nitrogen. Okay, so due to the higher electronegativity, so here it will be having higher electronegativity. So due to higher electronegativity, it forms stronger bond with your hydrogen. Okay, so here due to higher electronegativity, it forms a stronger bond with your hydrogen. So due to that reason, you need to give more temperature to break the bond. Here also electronegativity is high. It also forms a strong bond with your hydrogen. But when you compare with alcohol, due to the more electronegativity of your oxygen, it forms more stronger bond with your hydrogen. So you need to give more and more temperature just to break the bond between them. Okay, so boiling point of alcohol as well as carboxylic acid will be higher when you compare with your amine group. Okay, so this is regarding boiling point. Third property is solvation effect. Solvation in the sense what? Dissolving capacity. Whether it will get dissolved in water or whether it will get dissolved in any of organic solvents, all those things will be seen over here. So now solvation effect, if you will go with the amines. Okay, so the primary amines, not only primary amine, lower amines if I'll say. Okay, so lower amines will be having solvation effect in water. Okay, it shows or it get dissolves in water. Okay, so solvation effect will increases when you go with the lower amine. So as this the number of carbon or bulky groups, as it increases, the solvation effect in water, it started decreasing. Why? Because their non-polar nature of your alkyl group will start. Okay, because as the size increases in the sense what? Primary to secondary it will go, secondary to tertiary it will go. So by that time more of alkyl groups will come, more of bulky groups will come, so which is non-polar in nature. So due to that reason, there the solvation effect will go on decreasing in the case of water. But when you see with organic solvents, these are like these amines are it will get dissolved in any of the organic solvents like benzene, toluene or any of ethanol and all. So it will get dissolved in all those organic solvents. So this is regarding the physical properties of amines. So next we'll be seeing the chemical properties of amine, which is very important. So now we'll see regarding the chemical properties of amine. Okay, so what will happen regarding chemical property, whether these amines are reactive towards chemical. Okay, so that we'll be seeing over here. So the first concept, first you should know regarding the reactivity of amine. Yes, these amines are highly reactive towards chemical. Okay, chemical reaction. So here why it is so? Because here when you consider with the amines, nitrogen as well as hydrogens will be present. So there it will be having electronegativities, right? So it will be having like primary, secondary, tertiary. Their number of hydrogen when you compare with your R group, it varies when you compare with primary, secondary, tertiary. Okay, so by then what will happen, their electronegativity also between nitrogen as well as hydrogen, it varies. So due to that reason, it shows different chemical property. Okay, chemical reactions can be seen under amines. And one more very important reason is here your nitrogen is having lone pair of electron. You have learnt 3 bonds are present. It can be hydrogen or it can be R group. Okay, so here it will be having lone pair of electron, unshared pair of electron, which will not go for bonding. So due to the presence of this lone pair of electron, this nitrogen will act as nucleophile. Your nitrogen will be acting as a nucleophile now. Okay, so nucleophile in the sense what? It acts as Lewis base. Okay, so what it will do, Lewis base in the sense what? It will donate the electron because it is having extra electron, unshared pair of electron, which will not go for bonding. So it is ready to give those electron to another compound. So when it is giving, in a sense, by that time some reaction should take place between the molecule. So due to the presence of this lone pair of electron, these amines are highly reactive in nature. So the reactivity can be seen in the case of amines. So that reactivity that we'll be seeing under this. So the first property that we should know, that is basic property, or what we'll call it as basicity. Regarding basic property we should learn. Okay, basic property as well as specificity we are going to learn now. So now here what will happen in the case of your amine group. Okay, so the basic property in the sense, see for example, first if you take your primary amine group. Okay, so in the case of primary amine group, when it react with the water, so you will get product as RNH3 plus OH minus will be formed. In the sense, your primary amine will get protonated. Okay, so it will take one of the hydrogen from water, so that OH minus ion will release. For this, if we are writing equilibrium constant, which I have learnt in 11th standard. Okay, so for this, when you are writing equilibrium constant, that is K of equilibrium, if you are writing, you know, product divided by reactant should be written. So you are supposed to write the concentration of R of NH3 plus into concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of R of NH2 into the concentration of H2O. If I am taking this water to the side, if I am writing dissociation constant for a base, so I can write it as Kb, dissociation constant for a base. If I am writing, so I can write this as R of NH3 plus into concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of RNH2. Okay, so by this we can say that if Kb is high, dissociation constant is high, the strength, okay, the strength, or we can say it is stronger base in nature. Remember this, if Kb value is high, it is stronger in nature, the base is stronger. Okay, the strength or the basicity, I mean stronger basic it will be. Okay, so why it is so? See, Kb is high in the sense the product formation will takes place in higher manner, right? So Kb, when dissociation constant for base, in the sense what, when the dissociation constant, when it is high, by that and the product formation will be more. So when product formation will be more, in the sense formation of OH minus will be more. So OH minus will be more in the sense, more of OH in the sense, stronger will be the base. So for that reason, when Kb is high, we can write that, or we can consider that base is stronger in nature. And when we are finding the strength, we are going to find the strength in terms of pKb value. Okay, in terms of pKb. So pKb is nothing but minus of log of Kb. Okay, so this is the formula for pKb, right? So pKb is equal to minus log of Kb. So what we can write, if pKb value is high, what will happen regarding basic property? Whether your base is stronger in nature or your base is weaker in nature. Think and see. See, when Kb is high, when this is high, okay, your base will be stronger in nature. But when your pKb is high, okay, these two won't be directly proportional. See, because it shows negative charge. For that reason, so this is weak. Your base will be weak in nature. When the pKb value is high, your base will be weak in nature. So this is regarding the strength. When you are finding the strength, you should remember these two concepts. Okay, so they can ask, when they'll ask for MCQs question and all, they'll give some value for Kb and they'll ask whether it is stronger or weaker, like that they can ask, or they can ask in this way itself. When Kb is high, whatever the nature of base, whether it will be stronger or weaker. So this also can be asked. Okay, so regarding this, okay, so this is nothing but basic property when we are seeing in terms of strength. Now we are going to see, or we are going to compare this basic property. Okay, so this basic property is very important concept. So here, so now if you check the basic property, as I said, comparison. Okay, the first thing we are going to compare, see, under basic property, this side heading will come. Okay, so comparison between, or comparing basic property, you write side heading as comparing basic property between amine and first we'll see alkyl group. One second. So here we'll take simple term first. Okay, so comparison between ammonia we'll take first, so that easily you can understand the concept. Ammonia and alkylamine we'll take. Between these we'll just compare and we'll see what will happen regarding basic property. Okay, so I'll just take alkylamine, okay, as well as ammonia group I'll take NH3. So in these two cases, if I'll consider, which will be having more basicity? Okay, you understood my question? Here, when you compare these two, which is having more of basic property? So here, if you'll consider, this is having more basic property, that is nothing but R of NH2 will be having more of basic property. So why it is so? Because here, see, it goes with one factor. Okay, so that factor is known as plus I effect. Okay, so now what is mean by plus I effect? So that goes with your alkyl group. So alkyl groups will release the electron. So that effect will be known as plus I effect. Okay, so here inductive effect will be seen or shown by your alkyl group. So the alkyl group, it will donate its electron to the nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen is already having lone pair of electron. So now this alkyl group also will donate the electron to the nitrogen. So what will happen? The electron density will increase in the nitrogen, so that easily it can donate, or it can leave the, or it can release the hydrogen. Okay, so it can release the hydrogen. So that goes with your ammonia. So basicity of amines, always it is related to the structure. Okay, mainly it is related to its structure. So here if you go, so the basic property of any of structure, or if I'll consider amine. Okay, so basic property of amine is nothing but how it forms a cation by when it goes with releasing of hydrogen. Okay, so now here when you compare with the nitrogen, okay, so here alkyl groups, it shows plus I effect, so that it donates its electron to the nitrogen, and nitrogen is already having lone pair of electron, so here electron density will be more in the case of nitrogen. So easily it can donate the lone pair of electron. Donation of lone pair of electron will be more easy in the case of this nitrogen when you compare with your ammonia. Ammonia also is having lone pair of electron. It can also donate releasing of electron will takes place from the nitrogen. But the thing is, when you compare with your this kind of group, amine group, so this shows more basic property. Releasing of electron is easier in the case of this when you compare with your ammonia. Okay, so this basic property will be more, or basicity will be more in the case of your primary amine or amine group when you compare with your ammonia. So this is related with the comparison between ammonia as well as alkyl amine. Now we will compare in amine itself. Okay, so in amine itself, in the sense, you know, amine we are having primary, secondary as well as tertiary amine will be present. So in this only we will just compare and see which is having more of basic property or basicity. Okay, so here what will happen when you compare between itself. So if I'll consider primary, okay, so it goes like R of NH2, as well as secondary, if we will consider R of 2 hydrogens you have replaced by alkyl group. Tertiary, so in this case, okay, so which is having more basic properties. So first we will go with the plus I effect. So when you go with the plus I effect, here what will happen? Plus I effect is nothing but, you know, alkyl groups are ready to release the electron. So here if you will see primary, if you will consider, here what will happen? This alkyl group, it donates electron to the nitrogen. If you will go with the secondary, this alkyl group as well as this alkyl group also will donate the electron to the nitrogen. If you will go with the tertiary, this as well as this alkyl group will donate the electron to the nitrogen. So in which case electron density will be more? In tertiary, electron density will be more, because 3 alkyl groups also giving electron to the nitrogen. So already it is having lone pair of electrons, so more number of electron will be seen in the case of nitrogen. So easy to donate the electron. So here in the case of tertiary, then it comes with secondary, okay, later primary. So if you will go with the primary, secondary, tertiary, so this will be having more basic property, okay, than this. Okay, so write and keep. So this will be seen only in gaseous state. Remember, very important. Okay, so it differ with your gaseous state as well as aqueous state. So here when you go with the gaseous state, this will be seen. Okay, if they'll ask what will happen, the basic property of basicity when you go with the gaseous state. So gaseous state, what will happen? Tertiary amine will be having more property, okay, than secondary, and later it goes with tertiary. Okay, so remember, so when you go with this, in the sense plus I effect will be more in the case of tertiary, secondary as well as primary when you go with the gaseous state. Now we'll see under this concept itself, we'll just see what will happen in aqueous state, because I have told aqueous state it differs, right? So what will happen in aqueous state, that we'll see. Okay, so in the case of aqueous state, 3 effects will be seen. Okay, in the case of aqueous state, right here, next you will be seeing regarding the concept under aqueous state. So in the case of aqueous state, you are going to see 3 effect or 3 major property. So one is plus I effect, and the second one is known as steric hindrance. Okay, steric hindrance, and the third one is known as solvation of ions. So these 3 effects will be seen under this. Okay, so first we'll see aqueous, in the sense in aqueous state, the first effect, that is nothing but plus I effect. So here plus I effect, the same property. Okay, if you'll consider primary, secondary, tertiary, what will happen regarding plus I effect? Same concept, right? Plus I effect in the presence of tertiary, in the sense more of alkyl groups are present, so it gives more of electron towards the central atom, so that it can lose the electron easily. So this will be having more properties. So tertiary is more, secondary is more, as well as primary is more. In the case of steric hindrance, what will happen, that we'll see. Okay, so steric hindrance is nothing but, first we have to learn what is meant by this. Okay, write side heading as steric hindrance and write down some concept or some points whatever I will tell, so easy to understand the concept. Okay, so write down steric hindrance. So now first we will see here what does it mean. Okay, so steric hindrance is nothing but the central atom. Okay, the effect which will be shown by the central atom when you go with the electron, when you go with the bond formation, whether new bond formation will be easy with your central atom, so that will be considered as steric effect. Okay, so now here when you go with the steric hindrance, if I'll give with the reaction, if I'll go with the amines itself, so here what will happen, see, I'll just take now as primary amine, we'll just see what will happen. So now if I'll take primary amine, when you go with the protonation, okay, so by that time here you will get R of NH2, okay, and a new bond formation will takes place, is possible with your hydrogen. So we can write that positive charge over here now, because number of bonds will increase, right? So now here ion formation will take place, a protonated ion formation will takes place over here. So this proton will get attached to the nitrogen, as well as protonated bond will formation will takes place. So here nitrogen, it wants to get protonated. Okay, so what it will do, it will react with the proton so that a new bond formation will takes place. So that will be considered as steric hindrance. So here steric hindrance, what will happen? Steric hindrance, when you check with the primary, secondary as well as tertiary. Okay, so in this case if you consider with the steric hindrance, so your primary is having higher steric hindrance, and then secondary, and then later it comes with the tertiary. Okay, now see why it is so. Regarding primary, why it will be having higher steric hindrance when you compare with the secondary, and why it is less with the tertiary. See, primary in the sense it just have two hydrogen group and only one bulky group is present, only one alkyl group is present, so it has enough space to accept the proton. Okay, so protonation will be easier with the primary group. When you compare with the tertiary, so tertiary in the sense there are more of bulky groups are present. Okay, so due to the presence of more of bulky groups, now R in the sense 3 of bulky groups will be present. Okay, so in the case of tertiary, so what will happen, there is no enough space to accept the electron because it is already heavy. Okay, more bulky groups are present with your tertiary group, so it is, it is difficult to accept the electron. New bond formation will be difficult in the case of tertiary. For that reason, when we are writing or when we are saying the concept under steric hindrance, okay, so primary is having higher steric hindrance than secondary than tertiary. Okay, so there mainly it goes with the protonation. Okay, the central atom or central nitrogen atom, it wants to protonate. For that reason, what it will do, it will take one proton. So new bond formation will be easier with your nitrogen in the case of primary when you compare with your tertiary. So this is regarding steric hindrance. So now if you go with your solvation of ions. So solvation of ions is nothing but, so write next side heading as solvation of ions. So we'll just see what will happen under solvation of ions now. So in this case, see, as the name indicates, solvation in the sense what? Dissolving property of ions. Ions in the sense any of protonated ion I can take and I can explain. In the sense what? How these ions, when amine is there in the form of ionic form, okay, how it will get dissolved in water, or how the dissolving capacity will be seen. Okay, so majorly solvation effect will be seen with water. So here what will happen, here how that ion will react with water, how much bigger cation formation will take place, so that the compound, the ion will be more stable in nature. So we can say like bigger cation formation, so that more stable reaction, so that forward reaction will take place. Okay, you have studied according to Le Chatelier's principle. If the reaction is stable, the reaction is forward reaction. The reaction will undergo forward reaction. So here also same thing. If bigger the cation, more stable, forward reaction will take place so that it will be more basic in nature. Okay. So it goes with more basic property. So it will be more basic in nature. So here we'll see with your primary, secondary as well as tertiary we are going to compare, right? So now here what will happen, as you have written here, the primary ion if I'll take, okay, see primary group, primary amine, the same example I'll take, primary amine when it undergo for protonation, okay, you will get R of NH2 as well as here H plus formation will takes place. So if I write the structure of this in the sense, see here I'll just write it on R, okay, as well as you are having nitrogen, one hydrogen here, one more hydrogen is here and another hydrogen here. 3 hydrogens are present. Now when water, it will come in the sense when these ions will be added to water, how this solvation effect will be seen. So now water molecule, what will happen? The water molecule formation of, see here water molecule can combine, here water molecule can combine, here water molecule can combine. So the solvation effect can be seen over between these. Okay, see now here one water molecule is there, again here one water molecule. So in the case of primary amine, it will be able to combine with 3 of water molecule. Okay, so bigger cation formation will take place. So this will be in primary amine. If I'll take a secondary amine in the sense R2NH, right? So in this case what will happen, protonation when it takes place, by that time see you will get R2NH plus 1 hydrogen will be extra. So here number of hydrogen is less. See in this case if we will consider primary amine, 3 hydrogens are there, so that 3 water molecule will combine with it. So a bigger cation formation will take place. Here if we will consider only 2 hydrogens are there, 1 hydrogen is less when you compare with this. Okay, so only 2 hydrogens are there and only 2 water molecule can combine with this, hydrogen bond formation will takes place with this. If you will consider tertiary group R3N, when it reacts with proton, you will get R3N with H. Okay, so here tertiary. So in this case what will happen, you are going to have only 1 hydrogen, so that only one water molecule will combine. So you can consider, see this concept you can consider. So in the case of primary, a bigger cation formation will take place. In the case of secondary, smaller because number of hydrogen is less. Here when you compare with the tertiary, still one more hydrogen is less. You just have only 1 hydrogen. So still smaller cation formation will take place. So as the bigger cation, the compound will be, or the reaction will be more stable, so that forward reaction will take place and it will become more basic. So now if you will consider or compare with this, which one will be more basic in nature? Obviously the primary. Okay, so if I will consider, the primary will be more basic in nature than secondary, and then when you go with tertiary. Okay, so this is regarding your plus I effect, steric effect as well as solvation effect. In aqueous phase, this things will happen. Okay, so now here when they will ask in exam, I can't write 3 also, particularly if they will ask you to explain, you can write. So plus I effect, so in the case of tertiary it will be more, then secondary, then primary. Steric hindrance, primary, secondary, tertiary. And solvation effect, primary, secondary, tertiary. In this way it will go. So in this way you can explain if they will ask you to explain in the exam. Or if they will ask to write in 1 sentence or for 1 mark, for aqueous state, what will happen regarding basicity when you compare with primary, secondary, tertiary, or explain the basicity or basic property of aqueous state when they'll ask, you are supposed to write secondary is greater than your primary than tertiary. So this is the trend that it follows. Now maybe you are confused now. So many things I have written, then why I have written this as a trend, right? So here now we are going to compare this, and after that we are supposed to write this. So when you compare, see, in only one case tertiary is higher, other two cases primary is higher. Okay, high basicity property will be seen other two cases. So the secondary, it is moderate, in the sense it is in the middle. So when you compare with these three, obviously this secondary will shows more of the property, correct? Then why I have written primary? Because in two cases we can see primary is higher basic. Okay, so two concepts are there where we can see the primary is higher, so I have written primary. Next one is the tertiary, the last one. Here also it shows the tertiary shows higher in nature, so the tertiary will come. So the trends for aqueous state, when you are writing, you are supposed to write as secondary, primary, tertiary. So if they'll ask, this is very important question under amine concept. So if they'll ask you to write the basic property or basicity of gaseous phase, then you are supposed to write tertiary, secondary, then primary, if they'll ask for gaseous state. If they'll ask for aqueous state, you are supposed to write in this manner, and they may ask you to write the reason, then you have to write these three as a reason. Okay, so just write in front of that what will happen with this effect. If you write, that is enough. This is regarding your, when we have compared between primary, secondary, tertiary. Okay, so next we are going to see when we have compare, or when we will compare with alkyl group as well as aryl group. Or one more thing, here sometime question will be asked. Now I'll give a question, try to answer. Okay, CH3 NH, okay, CH3 2 NH, CH3 thrice in N. So in this case, if I'll consider which is having more basic property, okay, obviously you know the property will come as secondary, primary, secondary, primary and tertiary, right? When you go with, say, this is aqueous solution now. Okay, so now how you are supposed to write basic property? In which case it will be more, in this case it will be more. See, how can you mention this is R group? Okay, only one R group is there in the sun, this is primary. So this is secondary, 2 R groups are present, 3 R groups in the sun, this is tertiary. So now when you compare with these, the steric, your basic property will be more in the case of secondary, then primary, and then tertiary. You have to write first this, after that this, after that this. Now, if they will give higher alkyl group, one more example. If they will give higher alkyl group, in the sense now instead of CH3, I have taken C2H4, here bulky group I have taken. Now in this case what will happen? It won't show the same property, in the sense, obviously secondary will be first here. Okay, secondary will show always greater basic property in the case of aqueous state. But if you are having methyl group, then primary will shows the next basic property. Okay, higher basic property. But if alkyl groups are increased, if bulky groups are increased, by that time your tertiary group will shows more basic property than primary. Remember, okay? See, the major method or major trend for aqueous solution, this. Okay, but when you go with your higher alkyl group, if you are taking alkyl group as higher, in the sense if you are taking any of the bulky groups, these are lower group, right? Okay, other than this, okay, so higher than this, if you are considering, in the sense it goes with this factor. Why it is? Because here we are going to neglect the solvation effect, because then when you compare with this, see, primary, if you will consider the number of hydrogen here, it will be less when you compare with this. Okay, bulky groups, in the sense here bulky group number of hydrogen will be more. For that reason we are going to neglect the solvation effect, as well as steric hindrance also. In the case of tertiary, steric hindrance will be more, because here it is having more of hydrogen. Okay, so more of hydrogen is present, here it doesn't have hydrogen, So for that reason, it has the capacity to accept the proton. Though it is having bulky group when you compare with this, okay, but here the number of hydrogens are less when you compare with this. Okay, so see here 5 plus 2, 7 hydrogen, here it just have 5 hydrogen. So in which case do you think the steric hindrance will be more? Steric hindrance will be more in the case of this, obviously, right? Why it is so? Because here it is having number of hydrogens are less when you compare with the bulky groups of your ethyl group. Okay, if our bulky groups are present, then it goes with this. So first this will be having more of basic property than this. Okay, then it comes with the primary. Remember these two examples, this the particular example only, very important in exam. Okay, so now next we are seeing the comparison between alkyl or aryl group. Okay, third one, right side heading as comparison between alkyl and aryl group. When we are comparing between alkyl and aryl group, which will be having more of basic property. So if I'll consider alkyl group, okay, if I'll consider, okay, I'll just take a ring this so that aryl groups are nothing but ring, right? Okay, so in these two cases if I'll consider, which is having more of basic property, this is having more of basic property. I'll tell you why. Because here what will happen, this is ring structure. You know, ring structure in the sense resonance is possible. If I'll write resonance for this NH, you try to write by yourself. Everyone know to write resonance structure. Take lone pair of electron, give this electron to this, and this will be given here. So here double bond NH2, here negative charge. So give this here and this will be given out here. So here double bond NH2. So this bond will be given negative charge. Resonance structure you have learned in your 11th standard. This is here and this is here, and this goes with the negative charge and will be given back. NH2 lone pair of electron. So this is nothing but resonance. So when it undergoes resonance, you can observe one thing. See this, only the first ring is having lone pair of electron. Okay, see, you know, you have learned resonance structure mainly it goes with what? Giving of electron, or basic property mainly it goes with giving of electrons, right? So here what will happen, this is having electron, lone pair of electron. So in these three structure also you cannot find electrons over here. So this doesn't have lone pair of electron. So and the last structure is having lone pair. So here lone pair of electron cannot be seen in the structure. Okay. So due to that reason here it goes lesser basic. In these time it goes with the lesser basic, but it is not possible with your aliphatic group itself. Okay, aliphatic group in the sense it doesn't go for resonance and directly it gives electrons, so that directly it goes with leaving of electrons, right? Okay, so for that reason in the case of aliphatic group it will be higher, a basic property will be higher when you compare with your alkyl group. Now sometime what will happen, you will be having substituted group. Substituted group in the sense for NH2, okay, in the sense for your aryl group, some of the structure in the sense you will be having CH3 groups, some of the time you are having OCH3 groups, okay. So in this case any of structure, substituted group will be there, bromine group, okay, all those are nothing but substituted group. If substituted groups are attached to the ring, by that time what will happen, so we are going to consider when substitution will takes place. So when the substitution will takes place, majorly your aryl amine, okay, it takes a proton, okay, so that first formation of ion will be done, Okay, ion formation, that is nothing but what we'll call it as anilinium ion. Okay, so this is nothing but anilinium ion formation will be done. Okay, so later what will happen, you are going to substitute with any of the group. So when you are substituting any of the group over here, first we'll see, we'll just take electron withdrawing group as well as electron donating group. In these two cases, which will be having more of basic property that we are seeing. Okay, so first we are seeing electron withdrawing group as well as electron donating group. So in this, first we will see what will happen regarding electron donating group if it is present. So electron donating groups such as like methyl group, CH3 groups, OCH3 groups if it is present, or if you are having NH2 groups, see these and all. These and all electron donating groups. So if these groups are attached to the ring, in a sense it will give the electron to the ring. Okay, so it will give the electron to the ring so that the ring will become stable in nature, so that more forward reaction will take place and your the compound will be more basic in nature. So in this group, these are highly basic in nature. Highly basic in nature. I will explain why it is so again. See, because of presence of donating, these are donating. If these groups are attached to the ring, what will happen? This will give the electrons to the ring. Again, resonance will take place over here also. But when it gives the after resonance formation, the compound will become more of stable. Okay, because it is giving electron, right? So when it gives electron, finally nitrogen will be getting the more number of electrons. So the nitrogen will be having more of electron density now. Okay, according to the same as R. Okay, so it will be having more electron density now. So it is easy to donate the electron. So it becomes more stable and it forward reaction will take place, as well as basic property will be more in the case of electron donating group. If you are taking electron withdrawing group like nitro groups and all, if you are taking in a sense, by that time what will happen? If you are attacking this nitro group over here, so nitro group in the sense what? Electron withdrawing group. It will take the electron. Okay, so it will take the electron from the ring. Now what will happen? When it takes the electron, by that time the electron density will become less with your nitrogen. Okay, so this nitrogen will be having lesser electron, so that it is difficult to donate the electron, so that it becomes less stable, as well as, and here when it goes with, see, less stable in the sense the reaction will go in reverse order, so that this is less basic in nature. Okay, this becomes less basic. So we can say electron donating groups are highly basic when you compare with electron withdrawing group. You can take electron withdrawing group like example of halogens. You can group, you can take halide groups are present, as well as cyanide groups are present. These all are nothing but these are having electron electron withdrawing capacity. So these these groups, when it is attached to the ring, by that time it takes electron, nitrogen density will become less and less stable, and backward reaction will take place, so that this will become less of basic in nature. Okay, so this is regarding the concept. So due to that, we can say electron donating groups are more basic when you compare with electron withdrawing group. So here you have learned the basic property, and the basic property you have learned mainly the comparison with ammonia as well as alkyl group, where alkyl groups are highly basic in nature when you compare with the primary, secondary as well as tertiary. So there mainly when you go with the gaseous phase, it shows tertiary is more basic than secondary and then primary. And when you go with there also specially gaseous phase in the sense due to plus I effect, plus I in the sense inductive effect. And when you go with aqueous state, you are going to consider inductive effect. You are supposed to take steric hindrance, as well as you are supposed to go with the solvation effect. Very important case. Okay, so in that case what will happen? Primary will be higher basic in nature when you compare with secondary as well as tertiary. So three concepts also generally when we are comparing, generally we will get secondary as higher basic in nature, later primary, and then it comes with tertiary. Okay, so but some of the cases, in the sense, if when you are writing with examples, alkyl groups if you are representing, with any of R groups. Okay, so by that, in a sense, if you are taking higher group, bulky groups, more than CH3 groups, if you are taking in a sense, the tertiary groups will come first or come before than your primary when you are writing the order of reaction. Very important example will be asked. Okay, and when you compare with the alkyl as well as aryl groups, so your alkyl groups will be having more basic property when you compare with aryl, because it goes with here, see, because of presence of resonance structure, lone pair of electron will, it cannot be seen with the structure, so that the decreasing with the property will be seen, basic property will be seen. But here in this case it won't happen, the basic property will be more in the case of your alkyl amine. Okay, so next, when you will substitute, by that time electron donating groups are having more of the property when you compare with electron withdrawing, because of the property, donating property it is having, so that nitrogen will get more number of electron. Okay, so that it becomes more basic in nature. When you compare with electron withdrawing groups, these are less basic due to the withdrawing capacity, so that nitrogen will have, or it faces electron deficiency. Okay, so due to that reason it will be less basic in nature. So this is regarding today's class. So this concept is very important concept under amine. So under this, many reasoning kind of question can be asked under this concept. Okay, thank you.